I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
All right, hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Underdeveloped today, and we have a movie review for you guys. And the movie is to the Bob Marley biopic, Bob Marley, One Love. Mm-hmm. And this is directed by Reinaldo Marcus Green, right? He directed King Richard, which is a movie that we covered on our channel, so give that a watch. We liked it. Mm-hmm. Mainly anchored by Will Smith's performance, but overall...
It's a solid movie.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time. It was well written.
I liked it.
Solid movie. And he also directed episodes in Top Boy, which is a big show. Mm-hmm. Never seen it, but I know it's a huge... Drake is the executive producer on that. Mm-hmm. Big superstar. And this movie stars Kingsley. And by the way, also, I'm going to mention this. The writer of this movie, or one of the writers, I think it's two writers in this movie, Zach Baylin. I'm working on a show called Black Rabbit with Jason Bateman and Jude Law. I'm the problem saying that because if you go online, there is news about that Black Rabbit, stars, not stars, but like it has Jason Bateman and Jude Law in it. So, and working as executive producers and Jason Bateman as the director as well. So the news out there is that the plot is being heavy in the raps. I have access to the scripts, obviously, it was a private, but in terms of the public knowledge, the plot has not been revealed yet. So I would not be revealing the plot to that movie. But yeah, I am on that production team. I've met them. I've met Jason Bateman. I've met Zach Baylin. Zach Baylin is the writer of this movie, or one of the writers of this movie. Mm-hmm. But he also completely wrote King Richard. Mm-hmm. So because I know this person now, not super close, but I've met the guy. We share the same office. I met him, did guys lunch for him. He knows my name.
Yeah.
And if I could, so basically, I'm not trying to trash the movie too hard because, I know the people actually behind this movie, and I don't want, it's a small chance they will see this, but if they do,
Yeah.
I don't want to see me shitting on this movie. It could affect my job placement.
I, on the other hand, have nothing holding me back.
I can't control him, so yeah, I may be a little biased. Who knows?
Yeah,
I try not to, but I'm gonna be a little nicer.
Yeah, hey, it's important to get biases out in the open, just so people know. Take the words with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but let's move forward.
Bob Marley, One Love is basically the story of Bob Marley, mostly focused on his two concerts for peace, right, in the space in between them. And then we get a little bit of hints of what happened beforehand, mostly through flashback, but most of the movie does center around this period of time between the early 70s and the early 80s when he died. So, or like given the last 10 years of his life, where he got shot in Jamaica right before performing this concert. He would perform it the first time, even showing off his blood wounds on stage. But after that, it kind of affected him, and he just started traveling to a bunch of places. He'd start traveling to Europe and did stuff in Europe, and then he'd travel around, and then he would just get caught up in a whole bunch of stuff with it, of his family and his family and his friends, I guess, and the people booking his stuff are screwing him over, and he's not seeing it for the longest time until he finally does something bad later in the movie, and then but then he has a conversation with his friend who he's kind of into, which again I think that's his baby mama. Are they in a relationship? I wasn't entirely sure if they were in an actual relationship or not.
No, they're married.
Oh, okay.
A married couple.
Okay.
But it's really, they weren't really that affectionate in terms of like kissing. They were hugging, they were intimate, but they never really kissed, never grabbed the butt, never tried to smash, nothing. The kid versions of them kissed though, but
Yeah, the kid versions of them seemed way more into each other that way.
And they lightly touched on the fact that Bob Marley had a groupie that he's fucking.
Yes.
We saw them in two. That's what I was trying to tell you in the theater. She was in two individual shots. One where it was in the middle of a montage. He opens the door and she was there. And also when he was talking to his wife on the phone, she was in the background smoking a cigarette, just looking back at him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh shit, he's fucking. Mm-hmm. So even the great Bob Marley wasn't beyond doing shit like that.
No. Like, they even mentioned that he had a kid with at least one of the girls he was with. Mm. Maybe it was supposed to be that one.
Mm-hmm. And also, she had a thing going on too. At least it was speculated.
Yeah.
she had a dude back in Jamaica. But from that perspective, I get it, because you out here gallivanting. That's another thing Caribbean says when you're horsing around.
Yeah.
Pretty much horsing around.
I kind of like that term, gallivanting.
Horsing around. Yeah. Also, never see clumsy. That's another thing, too, Caribbeans do. Trinidad and Jamaicans are not that different in terms of that specifically. But yeah, never see clumsy. It's like someone just never see clumsy, just clumsy and, fucking like a goofball. But yeah, so the accent was decent. The accent was definitely decent in this. Wasn't bad. I thought Kingsley Ben-Adir was pretty cool as Bob. I thought he had a good vibe. I can't compare him to Bob too much. Because I already know Bob. I haven't really seen Bob too much, so I don't really know the mannerisms too well.
Yeah.
But he looked cool. He looks cool too. He cleaner than what I remember Bob Marley being. Bob Marley didn't remember looking that clean.
No.
I say clean, not necessarily dirty, just like more grungy.
Yeah, like he's like more well kept.
Yeah,
that's basically
well kept. Like he has some money. Like Jamaican dude with some bread. He looked real good. So I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back, he's just not this perfect guy. Even the great Bob Marley succumbs to those baseline temptations. You know what I mean? He's not above that.
No.
But yeah, with saying, and we said the plot already. So this movie I thought had the opposite of what we said about Madam Web.
Yeah.
The execution was good. It just lacked substance. There's nothing really much to this movie.
Yeah. It feels like it covers a lot of subjects that they could really delve a lot more into, but just kind of this.
They kind of skirt around it,
Yeah.
This movie didn't really accomplish much. They didn't really get too much into his struggle, into him. That was really surface level. Barely anything. No real stakes, no nothing.
Like, it was barely a narrative, to be honest.
Like, I want to see the growth.
Yeah.
I want to see the incline and decline.
But instead, a lot of times, I just felt like things were just kind of happening after a while.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel that bad at first. I feel like maybe the first hour was, like, paced kind of normally, where I'm like, okay, I understand what this is going, makes sense. There's, like, a logical progression here. But then after all, this kind of starts meandering.
Yeah, and I totally, get that this is not the fault of the writers, specifically for this. This is more, this isn't the writer's fault. It's more so, the storytellers, the people who actually develop the story.
Yeah.
Because the script is fine, the scenes are written good, the acting is good, it's just the substance that you're not delving into all things you could delve into.
Yeah. And, since this is, this was produced by the son of the real Bob Marley, the real son of him. Yeah. Since it was produced by him, you have to wonder how much, did he have a role to play in that? Is he holding anything back because he wants to make his dad look good or not? I actually don't know, so I'm just kind of asking. Is this something you can't help but wonder whenever you see family attached to a biopic? The
whole father thing didn't really delve into anything of his life, any deep shit, not really.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like the burning crops where it's the twist. I kind of like the burning crops a bit because I kind of got what they're going for by the end of it when what looked like his dad chasing him was actually Haile Selassie coming to him and and kind of making a full circle moment. Now that you've embraced the past, you can move on.
Sure.
That was a nice moment, but it wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's really pretty much all I have to say about this movie. This isn't necessarily bad, but it just
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's just not enough on the bone here for me to eat. There's a lot of things you could do, a lot of different stories you could explore, and you really didn't. You kept kept it very, very surface level.
Exactly. You just made another Hollywood biopic fluff piece.
Yep.
Which I'm like, hey, if you're into that, then you would like this movie, definitely.
So therefore, my score for this movie would be 59.
That's crazy because I was thinking 60. I think 60
is fine. 60, but I was like, I'm giving it a little bit less.
Fair enough.
You're missing the ingredient, so 59.
Okay. 59. Yeah.
Even though I enjoyed Man of Web better, I'm giving this a higher score because the execution was a little better on this movie.
Yeah, definitely. This movie, with Man of Web, there are a lot more glaring problems that really held it back. With this one, it's mostly just the substance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. At least here I
Exactly.
can say the performances were all good. They all saw, again, we can't speak of the authenticity of the accents too well, especially not Bob's. But as far as we can tell, they did a good job. The performances were certainly came through, and we had great cinematography and overall a good presentation for this movie. Just wish that the story had more bite to it, more like we could really grip into and eat.
Agreed. Well said.
Yeah. With that being said, I think we've reached the end of what we have to say here. So please make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, hit the notification bell to update all of our new stuff. Tell us what you think about this movie in the comments down below, and go see good movies in the movie theater. Support your local theaters. We'll catch you next time for some more videos.
Catch you on the flip side. Catch you on the flip side, guys. Peace.